Hey everybody, David Andrews here. We are talking about the healthy habits for high energy living. And we're on habit number 5, which is food. And out of habit number 5, we've been doing a 10-day series. And we're on day 6. Or is it day 7? Can't remember. So many days run together. So amazing because there's so much to say about food and the different things you can do with food to maintain high energy. So today's topic is about organic food and non-GMO. So if you're not familiar with what GMO is, we're going to break it down today. And if you're not familiar with organic food, let me just share with you a few ideas that hopefully you can implement right away and start continuing your trend toward higher and higher energy. So one thing that I want to share is that if possible, whenever possible, go for organic food, because today's environment is very, very toxic, extremely toxic. They are poisoning us with food toxins, so pesticides especially, and various things to kill pests and insects and bugs and weeds and weed killers. They're poured onto many, many crops to help the vegetables get bigger and faster, grow faster, and bring to market more, what you might say, good-looking fruits and vegetables. But if they're poisoned with toxins, then are they really any better for you? So now the organic industry has some flaws. It has some problems with, the inspections, and some farmers are growing without chemicals, but they can't qualify as organic at the farmers markets and things like that. So if you know your farmer, that's the number one way to get your fruits and vegetables. But can we really know our farmer in every case? Not usually. So then you have to rely on these bodies that will govern the use of chemicals. And organic is at least a step better than conventional. So there's conventional grown fruits and vegetables. And if you go to the grocery store, there's that tiny little tag on the vegetables, on the fruits, like on the apple, there's a little tag. And if you look at that, there's a number on it. And you want to look for the tag that starts with the number 9. So the number 9 signifies that it's organically grown. If it has a 4, it means it's conventionally grown. That means they can use pretty much all the pesticides and herbicides and so on. So you want to look for the number 9 and that little tiny sticker that's on the fruits and vegetables. That'll be an indicator that you're getting an organic fruit or vegetable. Obviously, there's signs in the grocery store. Most places you can shop at co-ops or stores that provide more organics to get more variety that way. But highly, highly recommend you shift your purchasing to organic food whenever possible. Certainly when you're out at restaurants, it's very difficult to find organic food. But some restaurants are out there now serving organic food, but it's still pretty rare. So number 1, this tip is to buy organic food whenever possible. Now, there's another alternative, which products are now being labeled as non-GMO. And if you're not familiar, that stands for genetically modified organism. So really and truly, scientists are going a little berserk trying to modify fruits and vegetables to supposedly give us, more quantity, make them grow faster. This is a fallacy. This is a lie. That they are not better for you. They have been genetically modified. When you eat genetically modified foods, what's that going to do? It's going to genetically modify you as a human. So all we are, if you think about our entire body, every cell in our body comes from the food we eat and from the water we drink, from the ideas that we ingest into our mind. So we are just simply a giant collection of everything that we have eaten, everything we have consumed, basically. So if you consume genetically modified organisms, it will affect your body. It will affect your health. So stay away from genetically modified organisms, that's GMOs. Just don't eat them. It's okay. Just say no to GMO, okay? Just say no to GMO. So we want to, first of all, buy organic. Actually, if you back up from there, first and foremost, I have not done this, would be to grow your own vegetables. So that's maybe in my future. So if you have a farm, or if you have a plot of land, or if you even have a small garden box, if you have any way to grow your own vegetables, that would be number 1. Number 2 would be like know your farmer, and you get them local from a farmer, local farmer's market where you know the people. That could be really powerful. Otherwise, you go to the grocery store, you're gonna have to buy organic vegetables and fruits. And then if you can't find organic, at least try to find them that are non-GMO. And then of course, if you have to and you're desperate and you're starving, you know, eat the conventional. Because conventional vegetables, at least if you wash them, you'll get some of the pesticides and some of the things off the surface area, and it'll be a little bit better. So always wash your fruits and vegetables and try to remove any remaining toxins that might be on them. And then obviously if you eat them with positive intention, that will also help. But mainly seek out your organics, seek out your non-GMO foods. And here's a quick tip. There's something called the Dirty Dozen. And I'm not gonna go through all the detail, but if you just Google vegetables, the Dirty Dozen vegetables, okay? Things like green peppers, and I can't remember all the other ones on the list, but I just Google it and I keep an image, you know, on my phone. So pretty much now I always buy organic, so I don't really have to think about it. But if you Google the Dirty Dozen, these are vegetables that are most toxic. In other words, they have the most use of pesticides and herbicides on the vegetable, or get on the vegetable when they're grown. And those are the 12 that you want to make sure you buy are as organic. So just Google an image, just type in Dirty Dozen vegetables organics, and you'll find an image. If you can look at images, save an image so you know which those 12 are. You can start with that. That would be a great way to start, because instead of buying everything organic, things like avocados or bananas or things with a really thick peeling tend not to be as impacted by the things that get sprayed. So things like peppers are gonna absorb it, right? Strawberries, blueberries, those kinds of things. So there are certain vegetables that you wanna buy organic. You can start with the Dirty Dozen and eliminate, or at least buy those organic. So that would be one way to do it. So look up the Dirty Dozen, that's a little homework assignment, and learn what those are so you can avoid buying those in the conventional. And then remember that little sticker that's on the fruit or vegetable you want to buy with the number 9. It's a tiny little digit on that little sticker. Nobody knows this, but it's an easy way to prove that you're getting something of high quality. At least that's what the process is. Now, I've been to organic restaurants and they have a big bowl of fruit sitting out, and I pick up the apple and it starts with the number 4, and I ask them, why are you selling conventional apples when you're in an organic restaurant and you claim to be an organic restaurant? So be smart, read the labels, look for the sticker. It starts with the number 9. That means it's organic. And these are some small things you can do to begin the shift away from pesticides, toxins in your body. You can start, you know, purifying, cleansing, removing the toxins by eating organic and eating non-GMO. Avoid the Dirty Dozen. And when you do, and you do this cumulatively over years, you start to feel better and better and better. And then when you continue to use your food as fuel, you're gonna feel fantastic.